In today's video, we have our slow and sear out and we're cooking chicken leg quarters using a Weber Kettle grill. Hey, this is Ricer from Dead Broke Barbecue, Wisconsin, and welcome back to the channel. But if you're new here, we try to help you enhance and amplify your backyard barbecue fun. Today we've got our slow and sear out and we're doing some chicken leg quarters the simple way on a Weber Kettle grill. And we're gonna cook those chicken quarters up to about 175 degrees. And this is a simple recipe for all you backyard barbecue enthusiasts. So grab your charcoal and your favorite barbecue sauce, Darren, and let's get this cook started. Whenever I'm cooking poultry, I want to make sure that my work area is as clean as possible. So I take out some aluminum foil and spread it out, and this way all the contaminants will stay off from my kitchen table. So to prepare this chicken, what I did is I took it out of the package, I rinsed it off briefly underneath the sink, took the chicken and put it in a pan, and then patted it dry. You're gonna wanna spend a little extra time cleaning up this meat, because you're gonna eat it. Now when you're trimming up these quarters, make sure that you leave most of the skin on, because after they're cooked, they're gonna look like they're wearing their knickers and ready to play golf. Because the skin's gonna shrink up, and you're gonna have part of their legs sticking out. So what I do is just cut just a little bit. You don't wanna cut it too far, like I say. So I just cut a little bit of it off, and I'm not a big fan of this rib meat. But then when you come to a big fat glob, chicken fat is good to add flavor, but when you chew on chicken fat, ugh. And if there's a big chunk of fat on that top, I always trim that off too. Now sometimes you're gonna get to this bone right here, and you might have to use your knife. Be careful. Knives are sharp. You're gonna cut yourself. So grab a hold of that rib and hold it tight. And then I'll use a piece of paper towel just to pick away some of that fat. Again, it's okay to have some of it on. It adds flavor. Nobody eats the tail, so chop off the tail. So what I usually do is I clean up the chicken fat and skin, and I just wrap it in my gloves, throw it in the garbage. Sometimes you get a piece that falls out, but oh well. Then I take this paper towel again and just kind of wipe it off a little bit. Now in this cook that we're doing today, I suggested you don't use any sugar-based rubs. I'm just using salt, pepper, and garlic. And the reason why you don't want to use any of that sugar-based is because we're going to be putting these right over the flames to start out with. We want to brown these quarters up. And when you brown them up with sugar on, when you get to the skin side, it could burn very quickly. Flip them over. But now on this side, I'm gonna go ahead and add some olive oil just to the skin. Just a little bit. It'll help brown them up a little. It gets messy when you're doing it, but that's why they invented soap and water, right? So we got a little light coating on there. Now we'll go back to our seasoning, and we can douse this up on the skin. That ain't gonna matter. And then sometimes I go ahead and just put just a little sprinkle inside on the top of the thigh and the leg. Just a little bit. Okay, our chicken quarters are all seasoned up. Let's head out to the grill. So for today's cook, we're gonna use our slow and sear. Now a slow and sear is great for setting up your grill to indirect and direct grill, and it's perfect for the amount of charcoal that you're gonna typically use in one cook. It also has an added on water pan, and this will also give you a little heat retention from where your direct is and your indirect. Now it's helped me out a lot to do my low and slow and my direct cooking. It's a heavy duty piece of stainless steel equipment, and every backyard barbecuer should get one of these eventually. Now I'm not getting paid by Adrenaline Barbecue, so don't think I'm being tricky, but go to their website and check it out. Now if you don't have a slow and sear, get yourself a couple charcoal baskets. You can use it on multiple types of cooks just like you can use the slow and sear. And if you're starting out and all you have is your kettle, go ahead and put all your charcoal on the left side of the grill. And you might be asking why I always put things on the left-hand side of the grill. Well, that's because there's my table, and that's where I put my beer. I don't want my heat right next to my beer. We're gonna start out cooking this chicken direct, and then we're gonna go ahead and move it to the other side of the grill so it can finish at indirect at a lower temperature. Now, I know a lot of you guys are thinking, holy cow, look at his belly sweating. Well, it's actually not belly sweat. I took my hands and rubbed the charcoal across my shirt, and I knew that I had to use my beer to clean it off, or my wife is gonna see that I'm wrecking my good shirts. Multitasking? Now for today's cook, we're gonna be using Royal Oak lump charcoal. I think that lump charcoal and chicken go together like pork and beans. But now you can also use regular briquettes. It'll be fine. But if you have a little lump, do this cook with lump. Now if you're new to my channel, I use a cat dish and wax cubes. it gets it a little closer to that charcoal chimney. I think it works great. Try it out sometime. Let me know in the comments below. Our wax cubes are burning hot. Go ahead and place your chimney right over the center of it. Set a timer for 20 minutes, and then we're gonna go ahead and dump this lump charcoal in our slow and sear. It's been 15 minutes and this charcoal's nice and hot. Get out your cat dish, and dump her in your slow and sear. Now for today's cook, we're gonna use a couple pieces of apple wood. Now they don't have to be very big because chicken meat absorbs smoke pretty easily. Now go ahead and take your leg quarters and put them bone down directly above the slow and sear. Now we have our vent set at wide open. Go ahead and grab your lid, put it on with the top vent on the same side as your slow and sear. We want that air to go directly through the chicken. Now set a timer for 10 minutes, and if you hear a lot of snap, crackle, and popping going on, pick up the lid because you want to make sure that this fire isn't getting out of control. You might have to pull the chicken off if it's starting to flare up a lot. Now if you're going to flip these hillbilly style, you better double up the cotton gloves. Or you're going to want to have a pair of tongs to flip them, and if you don't have a pair of tongs, get yourself a spatula. It's been 10 minutes, so let's check these out. Now for my liking, this side's perfect. Now today we're gonna use this Heinz Carolina vinegar sauce. We had it in the fridge, it's actually pretty good. Try it out sometime. I like it, it's got a little bit of tang and a little bit of heat, and it tastes great on chicken. Now this next step is critical because you don't wanna burn up the skin, so you're gonna wanna pay attention. All we wanna do is brown it up a little bit. So take the chicken, place it on the slow and sear, but be ready. You're gonna get a little bit of flare up, so move fast. It doesn't take long at all. Now that fat sizzling is perfect. All that flavor is bouncing back up on that skin. I always take a piece and just check it.
Wow!
Oops. Again, be ready for flare-ups.
Yeah.
Now that was literally 20 seconds. Remember I told you about shrinkage. Chicken and heat is like men in cold water.
Huh?
Now we're gonna line these quarters up just in front of the slow and sear. We want them to kind of just face with the thicker part of the meat towards the flames. Now put your lid on, but the difference is we want the vent on the right-hand side of the grill because we want that smoke and that flavor just to kiss it as it's going by. Now set a timer for 10 minutes and get your thermal pen ready because we're gonna start checking those internal temperatures. We wanna run these quarters up to 170 degrees. Then we're gonna sauce them. Okay, it's been 10 minutes. Let's go ahead and check some temperature. 164, 5, 167, 169, 163. We're close enough that you can just sit here and count in your head if you want it to about 2 minutes, but we're close to getting ready to sauce these up. I'm gonna go ahead and put my sauce in here just to bring it up to a little bit higher temperature instead of being just cold out of the fridge. All right, let's check out our temps and see where we're at. 172, 3, 71, 72, 72. Gonna stir up our sauce. And then we're gonna go ahead and flip these over and go ahead and put on our sauce. Now we're gonna flip them back over. Okay, so we're gonna baste them up some more on the skin side, and we're just gonna finish them off on top of the slow and sear real quick. Now you don't want to leave these too long because there's sugar in this sauce. So if you leave them on too long, you're gonna burn up that skin big time. We just want to add just a little color. This last lonely one by itself for a little bit. And I just can't help but to add a little bit more sauce to it. All right, so this chicken is done. Let's go ahead and take a bite of it. Tasty. Biting away from the bone, very good. That Carolina sauce along with our salt and pepper gives it a good flavor. So that's how you do some really easy backyard chicken quarters. Gotta have another bite. My wife said I have to wipe off my face. Look like a pig on YouTube. Yes, dear. Now let's read some comments from last week's video. Comment from I Am Muskie Hunter. Great video. I am going to have to try to make this.
No! Try not. Do or do not.
There is no try.
And the last comment comes from Adrenaline Barbecue Company themselves. Dave says, exceptional cook ricer and a lot of spot-on information. Love it. I'll be sharing this on our Facebook group. Well, thank you, Dave, for sharing my video on your Facebook group. I really appreciate it. I did get a couple new subscribers on it, and I'm honored that you took the time to do it. Now, if any of you guys are looking for some cool tools to use in your backyard barbecue fun, check out that website of Adrenaline Barbecue. You'll thank me for it. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and become a subscriber. Turn on that notification bell and follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Dead Broke Barbecue. That's Dead Broke BBQ. Search it up. You'll find me. Thank you for stopping by and watching this video. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. Take care, and we'll see you next week. See, that's why I should write some of this crap, but it doesn't come out as good when I write it, you know? Charcoal, we're gonna wanna spread them over on the side to the left, blah, 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 blah. Cook. So, yeah, my neighbor gave it to me. Says, I don't need this. You could probably use it. It's huge. You could pick up half a cow with this thing.
When you chow down like this, nothing you can do about it.